Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. The corporate exercise to merge the AirAsia airline businesses under AirAsia X is apparently sufficient to offset all of the 8.7 billion negative equity in Capital A, according to CEO Tan Sri Tony Fernandes. Both Capital A and AAX on Thursday unveiled a slew of related party transactions that will eventually see the consolidation of all airline businesses being housed under AAX in a 6.8 billion share and debt settlement deal. It was Capital A's negative equity position that had been the main reason why it was classified as a Practice Note 17 company, a category typically for financially distressed listed issuers. The divestment of AirAsia Aviation Group is expected to give rise to a pro forma gain of 4.69 billion to Capital A, while the disposal of AirAsia would result in a gain of 6.07 billion ringgit. The restructuring plan will result in the creation of a new entity called AirAsia Group, and according to Fernandes, its formation is set to materialize by September. Apart from addressing Capital A's PN17 status, Fernandes said the slew of corporate exercises is also designed to catalyze further growth for the upcoming AirAsia Group. As he explains, it was not driven by PN17, not driven by costs, and that it was driven by top line and routes that will open up for AirAsia. Meanwhile, analysts believe Capital A's proposed restructuring plan will help it to exit PN17 and enhance, as well as provide benefits to AAX shareholders in terms of free warrants and improved company valuation post-restructuring. Hong Leong IB says that it is overall positive on the exercise and that the group's airline business will be in a much stronger position to compete effectively against established full-service carriers such as Singapore Airlines, Emirates and Japan Airlines, among others. TA Securities is also positive on the deal, contending that the consolidation plan would create synergistic benefits as the Malaysian and Thailand segments can tap into AAX's presence in China, Japan, South Korea and Australia, while AAX would benefit from growing in size with better bargaining power. The country's 5G network adoption rate has reached nearly 36% as of mid-April, while the service coverage rate stood at 80.3% in February, according to Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil. Panama quoted him as saying that this is a significant achievement considering the low adoption rate of only 12 to 15% in November 2023. Fahmi said the government is expected to unveil the second 5G network next week, which can bring significant improvement in both service coverage and adoption rate. Meanwhile, RHB Research opined that Maxis could work with another consortium partner to lower the cost of deploying the second 5G network, even after the recapitalization of Digital Nasional. RHB calls Maxis the frontrunner for the second consortium. It also did not rule out more partnerships and/or strategic infrastructure mergers and acquisitions to unlock values. On Thursday, DNB named new board members comprising nominees from the 5 mobile network operators that had earlier inked conditional share subscription agreements to acquire a combined 70% of the entity. Unisem Malaysia kicked off a new financial year with its first quarter earnings down 14% year-on-year, dragged by a lower gross profit margin, foreign exchange losses and lower income from scrap sales. Net profit for the quarter came in lower at 8.46 million, despite revenue inching up 3% to 364.8 million from 354 million, thanks to higher sales volume as well as appreciation of the greenback against the ringgit. Despite the muted earnings, the semiconductor assembly and test services provider declared a first interim dividend of 2 cents per share, which was unchanged from a year ago. Looking ahead, Unisem expects a modest improvement in the performance of the group in the next financial quarter, despite the sluggish pace of recovery in the broader semiconductor industry. This is premised on an increasing demand for products and services of the group in certain market segments, such as power management and AI, automotive and EVs, and premium Chinese and US flagship smartphones. Berjaya Corp has come out to deny that its founder Tan Sri Vincent Tan Chi Yun participated in talks to revive $100 billion Forest City Casino Resort, as reported recently. In a statement issued on Friday, B Corp said the article had included inaccurate information that misrepresented the conglomerate's supposed involvement in discussions with Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim regarding the Forest City project. Meanwhile, Anwar on Friday suggested all parties mentioned in the recent report to take necessary action against the foreign news agency. The PM said this when asked whether the government would request the New York-based news agency to retract the news report or proceed with legal action. Later in the day, Johor MB Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi came out to say that there are no plans to open or operate any casinos in the state. He called it merely a rumour intended for sabotage and to maliciously tarnish the image of both Forest City and the state of Johor as a whole. Homeritz Corp's net profit surged by 66% year-on-year for its second quarter to $9.24 million due to increased sales volume and a stronger US dollar. During the quarter, revenue surged 45% to $57.6 million from $39.8 million previously. Despite the stronger numbers, the furniture manufacturer flagged that it is operating amid global economic uncertainties and facing increases in production costs and fluctuations in foreign exchange rates. Nevertheless, it expects to remain profitable for FY 2024. Homeritz says that it is continuing with its concerted efforts to develop new products, new designs for existing products, derive better cost efficiencies and effective cost management across all functions. On a first half FY 2024 basis, the group saw a 54% year-on-year increase in net profit to $18.3 million from $11.9 million previously, while top line grew 41% for the same period to $111.3 million ringgit.